Hi everyone. For today's book review we are going to check out the Focke-Wulf 200 Condor, written by Matthew Willis. This book is the second in a series published by Tempest Books, which emphasize certain aircraft within the Luftwaffe. This series is called Eagles of the Luftwaffe. The first one was about the Focke-Wulf 190. The Condor, FW200, is a fascinating plane, designed as an elegant, long-range airliner. It was then developed and adapted during the Second World War as a long-range bomber, scout, even rocket mothership. One particular plane became the Immelmann III and was used as a VIP transport. This book is actually surprisingly heavy for a small softcover, but this is because the paper that it uses is quite thick and of very high quality, so that all the photos and illustrations that are included in this book have been published and replicated in the highest possible quality. This is a solid introduction into the history and service of this aircraft. The layout of the book is chronological. We get an understanding of the plane's development, some of the problems that were encountered and refinements in the design, and then with the onset of the Second World War, how the planes were then adapted, modified, revised throughout the conflict. It is well illustrated with plenty of black and white photos, and readers will probably be more interested in the central section, which has, as you can see up here, a selection of side color profile drawings illustrating the various color schemes that various planes wore throughout the war, and depending on the theater that they served in, as well as the various modifications and how those modifications changed the look of the aircraft. For example, the forward anti-aircraft gun turret and the ventral pod underneath the belly of the aircraft. The most notable success as a long-range bomber was the attack on the Canadian Pacific liner Empress of Britain, and it was damaged and burnt to a point that a U-boat was then able to come in and eventually sink the ship. This is a history of this aircraft, the highs, the lows, of what it went through, and the travails of the crew that served this aircraft. Interspersed throughout the technical elements, we also do get accounts of crew members and what it was like to fly the plane, and the conditions involved in everything from flying into Norway to resupply troops to the Eastern Front, through to training to use the new guided rockets, the HS-294. The book then concludes with the end of the Second World War and which planes were survived and which ones were destroyed. At the appendix level, we do have a translated account of the various specifics and a guide to the plane itself. So, as I said when I began, this is a solid entry into the history of this aircraft. I'm hunting down Jerry Scott's book on the FW200, which I'm led to believe is the most detailed out there, but until then, this is a comprehensive book, and for those who have an interest in this aircraft or in bombers or in aviation in World War II in general, then this book should satisfy you. It ticks all the boxes. You have the technical history, you have photographs, you have personal accounts, you have specs, stats and figures, and as an added bonus you have the wonderful side profile drawings. So really, what more could you ask for? For all of this, this is a solid full captain's hats. Beautifully presented, well written, lavishly illustrated. If you do love this aircraft, then absolutely do check it out. The FW200 Condor by Matthew Willis.